In Matthew 24:36 and Mark 13:32 it says, "But of that day and hour no one knows, not even the angels of heaven, but nor the Son, but my Father only." Now, this is one of the most popular proof texts against the deity of Christ. People will take this and say, look, the Son does not know the hour, therefore he cannot be God, because God has to know everything. The Holy Spirit also sometimes get brought up. So what I'm going to try to do in this video is I'm going to try to give you 3 explanations, the third one being my view, to explain how the Son and Spirit cannot know the hour, or do they know the hour. So the first explanation is that Jesus doesn't know according to his human nature. There are limitations that Jesus took on when he became a human, when you read Philippians 2 especially. Also look at Luke 2:52 when it says Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and men. So with this explanation, during the incarnation, Jesus took on certain limitations, and according to his human nature, he didn't know the hour. To address the Holy Spirit, not only is the Spirit included as he searches the minds of God, 1 Corinthians 2:10-12, but also you can argue that when it speaks of angels and men, it's speaking of these creatures, but the Holy Spirit is not a creature, so he's not included with them. This has been a traditional view of Christians, but there's a second view that is pretty popular, but I don't personally take it. It's that the Greek word oiden can mean to declare. For example, in 1 Corinthians 2:2, it says, "For I determined not to know anything among you except Jesus Christ and him crucified." Is that the only thing Paul knew? No. He obviously knew the Greek alphabet, probably the Hebrew alphabet. He knew that Jesus rose from the dead. He knew all these other things. But Paul is speaking here with the word oiden, meaning that he taught them nothing except Jesus Christ and him crucified. This would mean that the Father is the only one who declares the hour, but the Son and Spirit still know the hour. The personal view I personally take is with the Greek phrase "I may" before Father. "I may" literally means "if not." So this would translate as "no one knows the day or hour if not the Father," meaning that there's a condition. This means that if the Father doesn't know, then no one would know, but the Father is the source of the knowledge. Therefore, the Son and Spirit can know because the source of knowledge is the Father. This gets into the doctrine of the eternal begetting of the Son and the eternal procession of the Holy Spirit. And as I said before, the Holy Spirit is said to be omniscient in 1 Corinthians 2:10-12. And also you have Jesus being spoken of as knowing all things in John 16:30 and John 21:17.